you here? Hey! What are you doing?
It's the marshmallows.
Okay, I'm going to my mom's. Oh, will you hang that frame in the kitchen, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye!
When there is something I don't want to do, I do the same as you. I avoid it. It's too difficult, too boring. But wait, you've got to believe me. It's not my fault. It's because of my brain. 1972, Stanford University. Dr. Walter Mischel and his team bring together 32 children and confront them with a dilemma.
Here's a marshmallow. If you want, you can eat it right away. But if when I come back in 15 minutes you haven't eaten it yet, then you can have a second marshmallow. Okay?
The point wasn't to torment children or make them diabetic. Mischel and his team of researchers were studying their ability to delay gratification, to postpone an immediate reward with hopes of having a better one in the future. And the reason why it's relevant beyond a bunch of 5 years old is because it's a millennial struggle, rooted deep down inside our brain. On the one hand, the limbic system, a relic from our paleo-mammalian ancestors. It's deep inside this structure, this intricate web where our emotions, fears and desires are born, that we can find our reward system. The idea is simple. Whatever is identified as pleasant, like the saccharine sweet gooiness of a marshmallow, will send a powerful shot of dopamine through the limbic system, and all of a sudden, we feel good. It's addictive. We'll try to replicate that sensation again and again. On the other side, the prefrontal cortex, the control center of our rational behavior, our planification skills and linguistic capacities. Unlike the limbic system that operates subconsciously, the prefrontal cortex requires an extra effort to do its work, especially when it comes to resisting temptations, which is exactly why it's so easy to succumb. So today we'll assist the duel, mundane yet ancestral. It's a battle everybody knows, a battle that takes place inside our very head. The battle of procrastination. When there is something I don't want to do, I do the same as you. I push it until later. And like by magic, everything becomes a marshmallow. The more difficult the task, the easier it is to sink into this world of infinite pleasurable stimulation. I don't know if it's good for me. Who cares? As long as it keeps me from doing what I'm actually supposed to do. It's not like I'm fighting it in the first place. But each time, I let myself be a little more convinced to stay. I eat a marshmallow. And it's true that afterwards, I feel a bit bad. So I eat another marshmallow. And I feel good again. And then time goes by and I don't really have time to do anything else. So I might as well take advantage of it. I'm caught inside the loop of immediate satisfaction. The present doesn't have quite the same consistency anymore. My sole purpose is to avoid. What? I don't know. Thinking about it only makes me even more desperate to fill the void with whatever I can lay hands on. This makes me happy, right? But then the flavor of marshmallows begin to grow old. The more I chew, the more this bitter aftertaste lingers in the back of my mouth. Something that prevents me from fully appreciating my splurge. Something like guilt. When there is something I don't want to do, I do the same as you. I force myself to do it anyway. The problem is, it's not always easy to be heard. My message telling my brain what to do are always met with a faster, stronger message coming from the opposite direction to distract it. And so I have to rely on strategy. First, I surround the enemy. I position myself in key location, thus compensating for my relative weakness with psychological omnipresence. Yet, the enemy is stubborn, and his ability to live a lie is big. With his low self-esteem, it may be years before he gives in under the weight of guilt. But the art of strategy is also knowing how to calculate beyond lost battles. If guilt won't make him capitulate, then perhaps some good old propaganda will do the trick. Several millions of years ago, man stood up because he wanted to reach the skies. A fragile creature, he became strong thanks to the work of his hands. By refusing laziness, he created the world as it is today. In all his greatness and ambition, he never ceased to dream, to surpass himself, to go above and beyond. Only in the dictionary does success come before work. It's time to get up. Looks like the enemy has no moral values whatsoever. Obviously, we are dealing with a procrastinator of the worst kind. In that case, there is only one thing left to do. Put him back to the wall with no way out except the fight. There is nothing like giving in to temptation, like floating freely in an ocean of distraction, one marshmallow at a time. But it's not real. And the issue isn't that we are lazy, that we lack ambition, or that all we want to think about is having fun. In each procrastinator, there is fear. We are terrified, like the animalistic part of us that lives hidden in the shadows of our limbic system is actually terrified. And so we call it quits, especially when our rational mind is there to remind us of the ways we failed in the past, or to lay out highly detailed expectations that we're certain we can never achieve. The constant harassment of the prefrontal cortex to remind the limbic system of its inefficiency only pushes it into a corner. Fighting fear with fear may not be the right battle. Maybe the best strategy is to change targets. Maybe all it takes is one last effort to transmit to the limbic system one last message, a message which is addressed directly to what paralyzes it, which directly affects its center of gravity. Perhaps the best way to win the battle of procrastination is to stop the fight and agree to a truce.
Up and here we are. You like it?
It looks awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's good, huh?
Yeah, congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's not that
Yeah,
much.
some shelves look really good right there. Don't you
Oh
think?
yeah.
Yeah,
Shelves.
okay.
Definitely, yeah. We should do that. Okay guys, thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to the Doc channel for more content, and if you have any tips to deal with procrastination, please let me know in the comment section because I think I really need some help. Thank you.